You'll say for it, I'll put it in your.
I'm sorry.
So everyone, I thought as an opener, or as an icebreaker, for lack of a better word, I would tell you a little bit about the history of this grand old room that we're making more history in today. And it's the oldest dining room in America. It was used as the public house for the town of Tapan, which was the capital of the Dutch colony of Orangetown. Our first Declaration of Independence was signed in this room on July 4th. It's the reason why we celebrate July 4th, actually. It's called the Orangetown Resolutions, and it really was the birth of our nation. And it caused a lot of turmoil for the town of Tapan. The English army marched on Tapan several times. The Maryland Massacre occurred up the street, but it caused a situation where most of the American generals used Tapan frequently as their headquarters. So Washington, of course, was here many times. This was not where Washington watered his horse. It's where he spent vast amounts of time during the Revolutionary War. On one of those occasions, a fellow named Major John Andre, who's pictured over here, was caught with the plans of West Point. And those plans were brought here to the 76 House because Major Andre was being transported here. But before that, the plans arrived. And Washington was sitting at this table when the plans were unfurled before him. And he saw his best friend's handwriting in the plans and realized that Benedict Arnold was indeed a traitor. He got up and he turned this picture upside down in anger. That is the original watercolor that Washington actually turned upside down. And of course, we all know how the war ended, but it truly ended at the far end of the dining room on May 3rd, 1783. That's when Sir Guy Carleton handed Washington the plans of the British evacuation and declared America free and independent of Great Britain. In the waters of what we now call Pyrmont, it used to be called Japan by the Sea, the sloop of war, the Vulture, saluted America with a 17-gun salute after that meeting, and both Washington and Carleton went down to the water and witnessed that together. That's our real Independence Day. So we have the birth and the recognition of America as an independent nation all in this room, and the recognition of YouTube, which is going to be awesome. So with no further ado, we'll get started. So, welcome. I have the honor of performing the ceremony today. We are gathered here to share in a celebration of love and to join together forever Justin and Ryan. Today, in the presence of family and friends, they will commit to living their lives together. Two beautiful spirits sharing the most sacred of human relationships. They have invited us here to rejoice, celebrate, and bear witness to their union, and stand before you with a deep desire to share this expression of their love with you and with the world. So this is our expression of intent. In the presence and witness of family and friends, I ask you to state your intentions. Ryan and Justin, have you come here freely and without reservation to give yourselves to each other in marriage?
Yes, we have.
So I don't have to give that response. Will you love, honor each other as partners for the rest of your lives?
We will. We will.
And these are the vows. At this time, Ryan and Justin will speak their vows to each other. Ryan, do you take Justin to be your partner for life?
I do.
Do you promise to be true in good times and in bad, in sickness and in health?
I do.
And will you love, honor, and cherish him for all the days of your life?
I do.
And Justin, do you take Ryan to be your partner in life?
I do.
Promise to be true in good times and in bad, in sickness and in health?
I do.
And will you love, honor, and cherish him for the rest of your days?
I will.
Excellent. We're going to skip the affirmation of family because you guys are going to say we do anyway. So. And we're going right to what I like most about these ceremonies, the exchanging of rings. Take one. Get the wrong song.
Yeah.
So you take his. Good. Your wedding rings are a symbol of everything you share in your hearts today. When you look at these rings, you will remember the promises you just vowed to and vowed to each other. The circle of these rings is constant, continuing, with no beginning and no end. An unbroken circle that represents the returning to these promises for all the days of your life. Ryan, place the ring on Justin's finger. Please say, I give you this ring as a sign of my love.
I give you this ring as a sign of my love.
Justin, place the ring on Ryan's finger. And please say, I give you this ring as a sign of my love.
I
give you this ring as a sign of my love. Now that you, Justin and Ryan, have promised to give yourselves to one another, to love each other through your sacred vows and through the giving and receiving of these rings, I have the great honor and pleasure to now pronounce you married. And now we do paperwork.